Hello, my name is Eve, and I'm from the Garden of Eden. Today, I'm going to be showing through my tarot cards that I made myself how things switch from inside the garden to outside of the garden. Okay. So, inside the Garden of Eden, it was Adam and I. Okay, and we had our eternal light bodies. Okay, here's Adam's shell, and here's my shell. It was like a heavenly state. It could not die. Boom, and we're just exploring the garden and etc. Okay, we could eat. We can. It's like your human form, but without it dying. It's just your true energy soul having a human experience. Now, when it comes to the tree inside of the garden that God told us not to eat from, is in the middle. Okay, what does that mean? This you have to understand. It's hard. God did not make this so that He could just watch us just move around. He made this so that He can have companionship. But we all know that, fellas, that it's hard conditioning a woman to the way that you'd like her to be, okay? And God is not a God where He's going to snap His fingers and get what He wants. He can do that. He turns the water into wine. But He wants to work hard for it, okay? So with us being over here in the garden in this state, no evil is here. A lot of times you learn best from when you are in a tough situation. How do you learn not to steal unless you either see what happens to someone when they steal or something happens to you when you steal? That is what this tree allowed for Eve to go through reward and punishment system when doing wrong. Your brain is going to get conditioned to the way that God would want His wife to be, okay? And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about it, so keep it in mind. So when I ate from the tree, this apple, and I went ahead and indulged. You got to understand, that apple was made hypnotizing for a reason, okay? She saw that, she said yes. The woman saw that the tree was very pleasing to the eye. It was like God was like, I'm ready for her to go on this side to learn what she needs to learn. And boom. So now that we're out of here, our state of, we would look like this, but now we got to come out, we have to come out of this angelic state being to experience the reward and punishment system, okay, with your flesh, with you hurting, okay? We have to have a mortal body now. Here's a better one. So for me, I popped out, it said, okay, I went from angelic to a body that dies. But it's still, but it looks like this, okay? I could have drawn another one, but listen. The way my soul looked in the Garden of Eden is how it was when it popped out to this real state, okay? That's my real self with a human body, okay? Now, you will surely die, is what He said. Meaning, because with this body, you have a lifespan now. At first, we lived like 1,000 some years, but God switched that to 120 years. But each time that you die, you're going to come back as a newborn baby inside of your mother's womb. Now, understand that in the garden, the only people who were having sex was Adam and Eve. It is a sin for a sister and brother to have relations with each other and for them to sleep with their parents. So, outside of the garden, it's not saying that it's wrong, but what did God say? Well, He puts together that no man put asunder. So He allowed for brother and sister at a certain point to have relations to be able to multiply in the earth. Now, why is that important? Because we're over here with a reward and punishment system. If you hurt somebody, somebody gonna kill you. You're gonna have to learn these lessons. You're gonna have to keep coming back. So with my soul, my true self, being a real now, it's the first real, not perfect, but it's its first realist mortal form that look like how I look in the garden, but it's real now, like it's immortal now. Okay, after I died, because I was surely die. After I died, my children, brother and sister, had relations. Yes, they had relations. And they brought, and depending on how the mother looked and the father looked, it will make my shell look like something totally different than what my soul, my essence looked like. See, that's how when the serpent tricked me, when I ate from that fruit, his eye went like this. Do you know how hard it is on finding you over here? So let's say my first shell after brother and sister had relation. Y'all made my shell look like this. And when God breathes the breath of life inside of a being, He's breathing the personality inside of it. So my personality went inside of that shell that y'all made. Now my second life begins. But someone killed me because they're jealous of my light. So this shell dies, goes to ashes. Now, another brother and sister, let's get different. Let's just do this one. Have relations. And the shell look like this. The breath of life gets put inside of it. My personality goes inside of it. Boom. It's inside of here. You have to have a third eye to be able to see me for who I am. You gotta play Scooby-Doo. You gotta be Scooby-Doo. Now, the thing we need to understand is that with each shell, you gain some experience to add to your soul. It's printed on there. So when you go into your next life, you're gonna take what you learned from your past life and bring it here. And it's like when you get a certain age, it'll finally click. Like usually you'll be like 5 or 6 years old when you're at a daycare or something, and I know where it's clear. Oh my goodness, See, with the knowledge of good and evil, you are over here with your choices, what you choose to do. And if you chose to lie on somebody and kill them and they didn't do nothing wrong, you are going to get judged for that. Every shell that your soul used like a glove is going to get judged on judgment day. It's in the grave. So let's say God came back right now and I'm in this shell. I'm still living. Everybody who's living, when God come back, you're going to get judged on earth. It's going to take 1,000 years for him to judge every human being that's living. Now, that's the first resurrection. Okay, when God come back, when Jesus Christ come back, he's going to get the 144,000. Now, what's going to happen with here? Y'all are going to get so mad that with anybody saying that Christ is not white. I mean, yeah, y'all saying Christ ain't white, you're going to get mad because you believe in the image of him. And whoever don't, you're going to kill them. And part of your killing, you're going to kill 144,000 of God's chosen people. Now, who are they? You have to understand. In the garden, he said, be fruitful and multiply. So we had kids. We had 144,000 kids. Okay? My garden card. Let's just use this one. So in the garden, be fruitful and multiply. We had kids. Now you have to understand too. Then when you're on the good side of the garden, you're not angry. You're not frustrated. So when we had kids, they came out in a pure form. Okay? They weren't envious or nothing. Okay? This card, they were good kids. Now outside the garden, we have the knowledge of good and evil. Listen, it's very important that a woman's emotions is not swayed when she's pregnant, because it determines the personality, the shell that they're going to have to break against. Okay, so what I mean by that, let's take my soul outside of my shell. Okay, let's take my soul outside. Based on the disorders that my mom had, she probably had a stubbornness about her, hard-headedness, thinking she's better than somebody, you know. And versus my dad, he think he's a Rolling Stone. He's schizophrenic. Yeah. And so when they come together, both of those, all their disorders are going to mush to form a shell. And my soul got to come inside of it, given the experience that I had in my past life. It has to merge itself to fight against the shell that the parents have put over it. So I got to work on. So I had to work on my stubbornness. I had to work on hearing voices that was. I'm just saying. I had to be able to distinguish the bad voice that was telling me to lie or to steal from God talking to me. Okay. But like I said, every shell that your soul fit into like a glove, they all went to ashes, dust to dust. So with the first resurrection, the 144,000 that y'all killed are going to come back with Christ. They're going to rise up, and they're going to come back with him. It's like this is Christ. Let's do this one. This is Christ. And when he come back, it's like they're going to go more with him. And then he in the cloud. You know, he ain't cracked the sky open yet. He went on them to all die, the 144,000. And when they die, they shoo, right there behind him. And then he cracks the sky open, come back and judge the whole world. And it's going to take 1,000 years to do that. It's so many humans on the planet. Now, that's just for everyone that's living. The dead ain't going to come up yet. Because y'all too quick. The dead going to ride first. No. He gonna judge everybody's living first. The dead going to stay in the ground. Now, after he get done with that, then the great white throne judgment is going to happen. And that's where all the dead people are going to write. All of your shells. Everybody's reincarnated shell that they use. There's so many of them. Every last one is going to get judged. The people who are in the garden, that were in the garden originally, you know, Adam, Eve, which is me, and our children. Adam is Christ, okay? Okay? He said, the scriptures say, the first Adam, he made a living soul. The second Adam, he made a quickening spirit. So, everyone who's in the garden is going to be recycled. After they get to their mark of being how God wants them to be, they are going to be recycled. Yes, I'm going to be recycled to go back into the new way he's going to create the Garden of Eden. We're going to be in heaven first for a little bit, going through schooling and all that, and then we're going to come back on earth after he replenishing and all that stuff and relive the Garden of Eden scene. But it's going to be the newer version. And it's not going to be a need for that tree anymore. He got me where he wanted me to be. And y'all are going to pay for what y'all did to him and I.